Little People, Big World, Signs. Tori Roloff would leave the show. Why you should have seen it coming. After more than a decade of sharing their lives on television, Little People, Big World stars. Zach and Tori Roloff shocked fans by officially stepping away from the show following season 25. While the announcement hit many viewers like a curveball, longtime fans of the TLC reality series might argue that the signs were there all along. From social media clues to emotional on-camera confessions and growing tensions behind the scenes, Zach and Tori's exit was building for years. Here's why you should have seen it coming. The couple grew more protective of their privacy. In the early seasons, Zach and Tori were open books. From their wedding to the birth of their children, their biggest milestones were shared in front of the cameras. But in recent years, the couple has become increasingly guarded about their private life. Tori began setting more boundaries on Instagram, often clapping back at critics and refusing to share certain family details. Their once frequent vlogs and behind-the-scenes glimpses became less personal, more curated. This shift in tone hinted at an evolving relationship with fame. The couple appeared less eager to expose every detail of their family life, possibly realizing the cost of constant public scrutiny. For a reality TV family, this change in openness often signals a desire to disconnect. Strained relationship with Matt Roloff. One of the biggest signs Zach and Tori would leave Little People Big World was the infamous fallout with patriarch Matt Roloff over the family farm. When Matt put Roloff Farms up for sale, rather than allowing Zach or any of the kids to take over ownership, it created a permanent rift. Zach called the negotiations with his father extremely misleading, and the breakdown left a bitter taste. The strain was clear on the show, with Zach and Tori spending less time on the farm and expressing disappointment in confessional scenes. Tensions seemed to deepen when Matt went public about the disagreement, causing fans to choose sides. That kind of unresolved drama makes long-term filming unbearable and unsustainable. A move away from Roloff Farms family. One of the more subtle but telling signs was Zach and Tori's decision to move from Oregon to Washington in 2021. While they remained in the Pacific Northwest, putting physical and emotional distance between themselves and the Roloff family compound was significant. They cited a desire for more space and a fresh start, but fans couldn't help but notice how little interaction they had with the rest of the Roloff family afterward. The relocation made filming more difficult logistically and emotionally. With their new life focused on their kids and home projects away from the farm, it was only a matter of time before they fully stepped away from the cameras too. Declining screen time in recent seasons. Fans noticed that Zach and Tori's presence on the show had been gradually decreasing. While they were once the central couple of the series, more recent episodes gave less airtime to their everyday lives. Their scenes often revolved around conflict, whether it was with Matt, navigating Jackson's leg surgery, or dealing with parenting challenges. It became apparent that Zach and Tori were not as enthusiastic about filming as they used to be. They weren't driving the narrative like before. TLC began exploring other avenues, hinting at a future without them at the center. Tori's emotional Instagram confessions. For months before their official departure, Tori Roloff had been dropping breadcrumbs on social media. She posted cryptic messages about burnout, dealing with critics, and feeling overwhelmed as a mom of 3. In one Instagram story, she admitted her emotions were all over the place after dismantling her youngest child's crib, a sign that she was grappling with transition and change. In another moment, she called out online trolls who criticized her family, making it clear that the constant attention was taking a toll. "I'm done trying to please everyone," she wrote in one post. That level of emotional exhaustion can't coexist with the demands of reality TV filming. Their own words, "We're done filming." Zach and Tori didn't leave it up to speculation for long. In a March 2024 episode of their podcast Raising Heights, the couple made it clear they were done filming Little People, Big World. Tori said, "We're not coming back," confirming what many fans had suspected. She added, "We are done. That part of our lives is over." Their tone wasn't bitter, it was peaceful. It sounded like a couple that had come to terms with closing a long, complicated chapter. They expressed gratitude but also relief, hinting that the burden of filming had grown heavier over time. Raising 3 kids with dwarfism in the spotlight, Zach and Tori's children, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah, are all little people, and the couple has spoken candidly about the challenges that come with raising kids with dwarfism. In recent interviews and episodes, they often talked about feeling protective over how their children are portrayed. Zach once said he had to have a dwarf talk with Jackson after the boy came home with questions about his body. These deeply personal moments begin to feel too sacred for public consumption. As parents, their instinct to shield their kids from public judgment likely played a huge role in their decision to step back. TLC's shifting focus. The show's producers may have also been preparing for a Roloff evolution. With Jacob Roloff refusing to return, Jeremy and Audrey off living their influencer lives, and Molly long gone from the spotlight, TLC seemed to be gradually winding down the family's narrative arc. Season 25 was promoted as a possible final chapter for the show, and fan interest seemed to wane without the original cast united. This left Zach and Tori as the final torchbearers. With their departure, it made sense for the show to either pivot dramatically or reach its natural conclusion. TLC was clearly bracing for big changes, and so were the Roloffs. Long-term fame isn't for everyone. Zach Roloff is one of the few reality TV stars who has literally grown up on camera. From his teenage years into adulthood, marriage, and fatherhood, viewers have seen it all, but long-term fame has its costs. Even fans noticed that Zach seemed more tired, more withdrawn, and less patient in recent seasons. Fame can warp even the healthiest family dynamics. Living in a reality TV fishbowl for over 20 years is bound to take its toll, and the signs of that fatigue were showing. Tori, too, started expressing how she wanted her kids to have a normal life. Fame, with all its perks, no longer seemed worth the anxiety and pressure that came with it. Fan reactions. Mixed but supportive. The fan base responded to Zach and Tori's announcement with a mixture of sadness and support. While many were disappointed to lose their favorite couple, the overwhelming sentiment was one of understanding. Fans praised them for putting their family first and for walking away from the spotlight on their own terms. Some longtime viewers even admitted that the show had run its course and that Zach and Tori's exit marked the natural end of the series. What's next for Zach and Tori? Though their time on Little People, Big World may be over, Zach and Tori aren't disappearing. Their podcast, Raising Heights, gives fans a new way to connect with them on their terms. They continue to post family updates on Instagram, and Tori shares motherhood content with her large following. Zach is still passionate about soccer and coaching, and their kids are growing up fast, giving them plenty to stay busy with. While reality TV might be in their rearview mirror, their future still looks bright and full of opportunity. Final thoughts. Why this departure was inevitable. When you step back and look at the clues, Zach and Tori's exit from Little People, Big World feels like the natural conclusion to a long journey. They grew up, built a family, endured public scrutiny, and ultimately chose peace over performance. Their departure wasn't a shocking twist, it was a slow fade, written in quiet Instagram posts, tense family meetings, and a long drive away from the farm, and in many ways, that's the most authentic ending reality TV could offer. They gave fans years of memories, milestones, and moments of vulnerability. Now, they're reclaiming their privacy, their peace, and their parenting journey off camera. And really, who could blame them? If you'd like, I can also format this as a blog post or create a shorter version for social media. Let me know. Little People, Big World star Zach Roloff had a bit of a health scare this week as he went to urgent care to receive some relief from sickness. Little People, Big World Season 25 just wrapped up, which happened to be Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff's final season on the reality show. Zach has experienced health issues in the past, including in Little People, Big World Season 25, when he had to undergo emergency shunt revision, which was first teased in the trailer before fans got the chance to see how everything unfolded on screen. One day before their son Josiah's second birthday, Tori took to her Instagram stories to reveal how much stress she's been under. Not only was she busy preparing for Josiah's birthday, but she also had to take her husband to the hospital. "We ended up at urgent care to help get Zach some relief from sickness," she revealed. Tori felt overwhelmed, but their struggles didn't end there. After returning home from urgent care, Tori ended up throwing her back out after trying to move some furniture while her flooring was being reinstalled. In her Instagram story, Tori admitted that it's times like these that God is telling us all to slow down. Between preparations for Josiah's birthday, Zach's health issue, and Tori throwing her back out, the young Roloff family underwent a lot in just one day. Fortunately, Zach was able to come back home in time to celebrate Josiah's second birthday. Tori later posted a video of the family singing "Happy Birthday" as Josiah sat on the kitchen counter next to his cake. At one point, the camera panned over to show Zach home with the family. While the Roloff family sang "Happy Birthday," Josiah didn't quite know what to do or if he should smile or not. He kept looking back and forth between the cake and his family. The cake, which had a construction theme, seemed to go over well because Tori later posted a video of Josiah in his high chair, stuffing his face with the dessert on his big day. "I think he likes the cake," Tori added. Her next Instagram story showed Josiah fast asleep on top of his mother. A lot of what Tori posted on Instagram in the lead up to Josiah's birthday is very relatable to many families. Stressful events sometimes spring up unexpectedly, even at very inopportune times. Tori clearly did the best she could under the circumstances, and hopefully the coming days will be a lot more calm for her and her family. Now that Zach and Tori are no longer on Little People Big World, fans will have to rely on their podcast and social media posts to get all the latest updates, good and bad, on the family.